Live from Martinsville, Virginia, we bring to you round number 6 of the Elite Seniors Racing Championship, right here from the beautiful Martinsville Speedway at the Paperclip for 100 laps on tap for tonight's featured event. I'm your host, Tim Dayton, by myself tonight here in the booth, also producing and running the cameras right here on the DRN. Thank you all for tuning in. We have, like I said, 100 laps on tap for tonight's feature. And let's get to it here while we're looking at practice. Currently 15 minutes left in the practice. Got quite a few cars on the property already, or cycling in as we continue. Taking a look at Brett McCoy in the Finnegan's RV Nielsen Racing left-hander chassis Repco brakes All Car Automotive number 1 out of Poplar Grove, Illinois. It is the number 1 of Brett McCoy, as I said. Take a quick ride with him around the Martinsville Speedway while we have the time. Heading into 3 and 4, going to start his lap here on the DRN. It's ended a little deep in a 1 and 2. Comes off the corner right up to the wall. Currently first on the board at the moment. With a 20.117 track record, also from him. A 20.159. He actually broke the track record here tonight. In practice, won't be the same conditions here, but he has beaten his track record from September 30th, 2025. So has Kyle Adams in tonight's event. As while we have the time, we're going to take a short break right here on the DRN. Stay with us. We thank you all for tuning in here for practice. We'll take a look at somebody we haven't talked about recently, Scott King Swan. squad heads to the pit lane. We go to Ed Papano. I believe Ed is on the pit lane. Oh no, he's not. He is on the racetrack in that Miller High Life machine. Keith Kincaid just in front. Currently third on the raceway, 20.164 for Rocky Top Keith Kincaid. Have quite a few cars on the property. Currently 16 cars on the property. Scott Tice, of course, being number 16, yet to be on the racetrack. As if you haven't already, go take a look back at the Bristol Dirt Nationals from Monday night right here on the DRN. Had a great time with these Elite Seniors Racing Championship guys. And go check out the Elite Seniors Racing Championship YouTube channel as well for more information and to check out last night's ARCA broadcast. Heard it was a great race at the National Super Speedway. While we have the time as well, the Elite Seniors Racing Championship is brought to you by the Checkered Flag RC Raceway. Checkered Flag RC Raceway will be bringing you all the action all summer for season 23 of their RC racing schedule. Not only will we have our normal racing schedule from May through October, but we'll also have our Kansas Dirt Oval Championships, Racing for a Reason benefit race, and our Halloween Havoc event. Our track is totally geared around a family atmosphere. We strive for a no-stress, fun-filled day of racing. Located 1 mile from the Kansas Speedway, we would love to have you join us. Check us out on Facebook and YouTube, www.youtube.com/CF Raceway. Also presented by Ruck Offshore. Ruck Offshore is a veteran-owned brand built for those who live life on the water. Inspired by the discipline and resilience of offshore anglers, we create high-performance apparel and gear designed for durability, comfort, and functionality in the toughest conditions, while actively supporting marine conservation to help protect the oceans that fuel our lifestyle. Ruck Offshore's apparel lineup of lightweight performance shirts, hats, and sun protective gear also fits perfectly into the racing world, giving drivers and crews breathable comfort for long, hot days at the track. Visit www.ruckoffshore.com for more information on how to purchase your Ruck Offshore gear. And now we will take a trackside to Simon Adams for tonight's singing of the night.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Big thank you to the Adams family and Simon Adams for tonight's singing of the national anthem. As always, for the Elite Senior Championship, presented by RaceMRL.com. As we take a look at Kyle Adams going around the racetrack, he pulls into the pit lane, goes right into the garage. Thank you, Kyle. Taking a look at Chris Farmer on board on the hood cam of that number 31 machine. While we have a second, let's take a look at our upcoming events here on the DRN. August 17th, the Elite, this coming Monday night of next week, August 17th, the Elite Seniors Racing Championship Dirt Late Model Tour brings to you round number 7 at the Lucas Oil Speedway. For their dirt next week, Tuesday night on the Elite Seniors Racing Championship 50 Plus Series, the Legend Cars at, I believe it's Iowa, either Iowa or Bristol. I'll have to double check, but you can find that on the official Elite Seniors Racing Championship Facebook page and official YouTube channel as well. North Wilkesboro Speedway, that Wednesday night, August 19th, for the Elite Seniors Racing Championship Asphalt Touring Series. Then we return to the dirt side of things, August 24th, the Elite Seniors Racing Championship Dirt Late Model Tour for the I-55 Speedway. My first time personally broadcasting at that track, or even being a part of a race at the virtual I-55. Then we head to the track that hosts the Snowball Derby for the Elite Asphalt Touring Series, August 26th, live at the Five Flags Speedway for 100 laps on tap for that event. The Elite Seniors Racing Championship Dirt Late Model Tour, upcoming event as well, round number 9, August 31st, at Weed Sport, another track I have not personally been to, the virtual Weed Sport dirt race. And that will wrap up our upcoming events. Thank you to the Elite Seniors Racing Championship for allowing me to broadcast each and every Monday and Wednesday night. And of course, also coming up in the month of October, we will have the Kings Modified Tour, starting off with Thompson 75 laps on tap. For that event, stay tuned to the uh, Misfit Racing League Misfit Racing League Facebook and Instagram for any information about that. And you can check out the website, www.racemrl.com/Kings Modified Tour, for more information on how to join that series if you're interested. And www.raceemerald.com/ESRC for more information. If you are 50 plus and would like to join the league, reach out to Keith Kincaid or Rob Cassidy, or join the Discord and put in a registration for the Elite Seniors Racing Championship as well. I'm sure they would love to have some more people on Monday and Wednesday night. As qualifying underway, of course, Brett already beat his record, but can they do it in qualifying is the question. We will just have to see. Current record is a 20.159, set by Brett McCoy himself on September 30th, 2025. But we're looking at up first in the RD Ranch and Livestock, number 68, out of McAlpin, Florida. It is Rob Cassidy in the 68 machine, going for his second of 2 laps. Currently sits second, 24.12. 24.12 for Rob Cassidy. Greg Parmalee, top of the board at the moment, 20.273. And coming across the line, going to stay. Oh, improve. Rob Cassidy to the pole, 22.14. As we're going to take a look at Kyle Adams, who goes out for his outlap, or lap number 1, 20.180 for Kyle Adams. Coming around turns 3 and 4 for lap number 2. I don't believe he will improve. So 21.80. Yes, 20.279. Not going to improve on his time. But a great one nonetheless. As we take a look at the Finnegan's RV Nielsen Racing left-hander chassis Repco Brakes All Car Automotive, number 1 out of Poplar Grove, Illinois. It is Brett McCoy. Brett currently, I believe, second in the points. Yes, currently second in the asphalt points. Currently fourth in the dirt points. Only 3 points behind Keith Kincaid after that horrible race he had last week. But bringing out a different scheme again this week. McCoy, top of the board, 20.133. 20.133. Currently breaking his track record of a 20.159. Can he do any better this time around? Comes across the line. I believe he will throw away that lap. 20.167. Still pretty solid in times. Kincaid, just horrible lap on the part of Keith Kincaid tonight. Not sure what he was looking for here. I believe that is all 16 cars. Who have qualified for tonight's feature event. And let's take a look at our starting lineup. Guess it's not going to show. Wait about seconds here. While we do, We can take a look at the point standings. Currently top of the board with 120 points after 5 races. Keith Kincaid, Rocky top. Brett McCoy currently second with 117 points after 5 races. Chris Farmer third in points, 114 points, 6 behind the leader. Rob Cassidy, position number 4 in points, 10 points behind Keith Kincaid. Ed Papineau fifth in points, 13 points behind. Bob Belshaw, 14 points behind, is 6th. 7th is Chris Reinald, who I believe is not here tonight, actually. Finished very well last week, finished 2nd. Not going to look to defend that 2nd place here at the Martinsville Speedway. Andy Patton, the general, 16 points behind the leader. He's also not here tonight. So Frank Barbary can gain some positions on those 2 racers. Kyle Adams could also probably gain, currently 10th in points, tied with Mark Osier in the number 20 machine, who is here tonight. Those 2 could definitely gain some points on 7th and 8th place. Scott Tice, who is, I believe, in the session tonight in the at the virtual Martinsville Speedway, but not on the raceway. From what I've been told, he is currently on suspension for the time being after Monday's incident. Chris Hall in 13th in points, 14th in points, Tim McDowell. Scott Kingswan 15th in points. Greg Parmalee missed a couple races, missed 2 races this season, currently 16th. Rem Wyatt, who's here tonight, 17th in points. Ben Gunther, not here tonight. Paul Covington, not here tonight. David Brill is in fact not here tonight as well. Todd Holloway, 21st. Gary Offit, 21st. Quinn McLean in 23rd. Rob Keller in 23rd. And Mike Fudge rounds out the points. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. Brett McCoy alongside Kyle Adams make up row number 1. Row number 2, Rob Cassidy and Scott Kingswan alongside. Row number 3, Greg Parmalee in position number 5. In position number 6 is Ed Papineau. Row number 4, position number 7 is Frank Barbary. Keith Kincaid, not starting up front like he usually does. Currently, position number 8. Position number 9 and 10, row number 5, Rem Wyatt and Bob Belshaw. Row number 6, Chris Farmer and Mike Fudge. Row number 7, Chris Hall and Mark Osier. And then rounding out the field is Tim McDowell. Currently coming to the restart, or coming to the green flag for race number 6 of the season. Green flag in the air for Brett McCoy as we let him loose. They make it to turns 1 and 2. Brett McCoy out to a 6/10 lead. 7/10 lead. Him and Kyle Adams and Rob Cassidy get into it. Some damage on the backstretch there. As, Ed Papineau falls down the timing order. And around he goes early on in tonight's proceedings. Papineau brings out the first caution on lap number 1. If that's any indicator of how tonight will go. But let's just take a look at what happened to Kyle Adams there. As Kyle hit the wall there. As the RD Ranch replay here on the DRN. Looks like maybe he got into Rob Cassidy, just had a bad start. Kyle hit the wall and then just got pitched by Rob coming off the corner. Everybody just had to go around him, and it looks like Kingswan got into Papineau. On board with Kingswan, and yeah, he just dove in there and took him out. Just not what Ed Papino wanted here for sure. The first caution of the evening brought out on lap number 1 here for the late model stocks. For season 5, race number 6 of the Elite Asphalt Touring Series. Brett McCoy is still your leader at the moment. Greg Parmalee in position number 2. Rob Cassidy, even with the damage, position number 3. Kyle Adams, position number 4. Scott Kingswan, position number 5. Frank Barbary, position number 6. As doubling up this time by the left-hander chassis, Rapco brakes number 1 on the pole still at the moment. Is coming to the green flag once again. Green flag back in the air. Lap number 6 underway. Down the back straightaway, everybody comes out clean. Chris Hall involved in a wreck. Not sure if that will bring out the caution. Oh, I guess it said he was involved in a caution, but he's currently sitting position number 14 at the moment. Rob Cassidy, Scott Kingswan getting into a nice little battle here. Meanwhile, Greg Parmalee and Kyle Adams in a fierce battle for position number 4 on the raceway. There's a different scheme here for Rem Wyatt this week in the number 60 machine. Side by side, right behind him. Meanwhile, Keith Kincaid and Bob Belshaw side by side for the 7th spot. Scott Kingswan moves down the order a little bit. Maybe he had another issue like he did at Iowa. Unfortunate for that number 55 machine of Kingswan. Was running so well. Was catching up to Greg Parmalee there. I'm sorry, was battling Rob Cassidy for position number 2. My apologies. Frank Barbary does the same, jumps to the pit lane. As Brett McCoy currently leading up to lap number 11 here. Rob Cassidy, position number 2. Parmalee, position number 3. Meanwhile, Kyle Adams right on his tail for position number 4. As Rocky Top, Keith Kincaid slicing his way through the field, currently 2 seconds behind Brett McCoy. Brett McCoy out to a strong lead here as the battle heats up between Kyle Adams and Greg Parmalee at the moment. Tim McDowell around on the raceway. Going to head to the pits. Not going to be an issue as Brett McCoy currently 7/10 ahead of Rob Cassidy. As Parmalee takes a look to the inside. Not going to make it work. Cassidy, Parmalee, Kyle Adams all under a blanket here. Kyle looks to go to the outside to complete the pass on the number 04 machine. As they come up to some lap traffic here, I believe that is Chris Hall. If I'm not mistaken. No, that is actually Brett McCoy in front. I apologize. We're on board with Rem Wyatt. We're going down the front straightaway. remming that beautiful U.S. Army number 60 machine side by side. Kyle Adams and Greg Parmalee for that third position. Kyle battles him on the outside. A beautiful U.S. Navy scheme here for Kyle Adams as Adams clears him off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Adams takes control of position number 3 for the moment. Lap number 18. 17 clicks off onto 18 as Rocky Top Keith Kincaid catches up to Rem Wyatt in the number 60 machine. Meanwhile, Brett McCoy pacing the field at the moment, leading by 0.7 of a second down the front straightaway. As we get a great look from Timing Tower. 3 cars out of the race so far. Tim McDowell still on the pit lane. As the battle heating up for that second position now, Kyle Adams in the U.S. Navy number 24 machine. As Ed Papineau, Chris Farmer on the raceway, having some issues. Yellow flag is out on the racetrack. Didn't realize I was not streaming that whole time. My apologies, everybody. Restart on lap number 66. The stream must have broke there. My apologies. As we missed a whole chunk of that race, I sincerely apologize for the technical difficulties. As Keith Kincaid in second position at the moment. We've had 4 cautions so far. Recent one was Chris Farmer and Brett McCoy to bring out your 4th of the evening on lap number 68. As we click off lap number 68 here on the raceway, Keith Kincaid, Kyle Adams, your front 2 cars. Brett McCoy makes his way back through the field, currently sitting in position number 6. As we click off lap number 70, Keith Kincaid hot on the heels, looking to the inside of Kyle Adams. Not going to make it work as they head off of 3 and 4. Kincaid hot on the heels once again, like I said, of the number 24 machine. On board with the Flamin' Hot Cheetos number 17. 30 laps to go here in tonight's feature event. That was a huge technical difficulty on our part. We can only do so much in the producer's box. As Kincaid currently 4/10 behind Kyle Adams. As we click off lap number 72. Keith goes a little wide there to arc his entry. Gets a great run out of turn number 2. Looks to the inside of Kyle Adams. Not going to happen this time by. Brett McCoy currently in the 4th position. As the lead heats up, 3-car battle here for the top spot. As Kyle Adams continues to lead the way. Currently led 17 laps on the night. 18 laps this time by. Kyle, of course, has damage. Rem Wyatt brings out your caution here, 5th caution of the evening. 4 of these drivers here in the Elite Seniors Racing Championship. Let's take a look on the RD Range replay of what happened there. He was battling with Bob Belshaw for position number 8, and just Belshaw came off the corner, and Rem probably didn't expect him to come down the racetrack like that. Unfortunate for Wyatt there, as that will bring out your 5th caution of the evening. Chris Hall currently 5 laps down in 12th, but Rem Wyatt, it says he is out of the race. Not sure if that is true, but it might just be. Chris Farmer currently a lap down in the 10th spot. We have a few cars on the pit lane. Mike Fudge, Mark Osier, Tim McDowell still on the pit lane as well, getting his damage repaired. Been in the pits very, very early on. Osier leaves the pits in the number 20 machine. As one more lap until we go back green. Five cautions here tonight, just past 20 laps past the halfway point. Lap number 72 is the caution lap. Doubling up this time by iRacing Pace Car shuts the lights off on the top. Currently, the top 5 is Kyle Adams in the RaceMRL.com, number 24, U.S. Navy pink. Keith Kincaid, Rocky Top in position number 2. Rob Cassidy in the RD Ranch and Livestock, number 68, position number 3. Brett McCoy in the Finnegan's RV Nielsen Racing, number 1 machine. And position number 5, Slackamo, Greg Parmalee. As they head into 3 and 4. Looking to go back green this time by Kyle Adams fires off. Bad restart for Keith Kincaid as Cassidy gets to the inside. As they go side by side into turns 1 and 2. Brett McCoy looks to the inside as well on Rock Cassidy down the back straightaway. As Kincaid about to get passed by Rob Cassidy here on the inside. Both cars not running how they should. Side by side into 3 and 4. 20 laps to go here for Kyle Adams. As they get into each other, door each other a little bit. Brett McCoy gets to the inside of Keith Kincaid. And Ed Papano in the 01 machine looks to do the same. Just a battle we have seen before here. As Keith Kincaid and Brett McCoy fighting for that 3rd position on the racetrack. Meanwhile, 3/10 ahead of the 2nd place car, Rob Cassidy, is Kyle Adams. Not really pulling away, but not really gaining. Not really losing any time to Rob Cassidy. 17 laps to go here for the number 24 machine. Ed Papano looks to take that 4th position from Keith Kincaid in tonight's feature event. 16 laps to go. 15 this time by. "15 laps to go as we ride on board with the number 24 machine of Kyle Adams. currently led 29 laps of the 100-lap feature. 3/10 ahead of Rob Cassidy at the moment. As side by side to the inside, meanwhile, Keith Kincaid and Brett McCoy fighting for that third position. Keith looks back to the inside, going to file back in line so that he doesn't lose yet another spot to Ed Papano, as Cassidy and Kyle Adams pull away just slightly from the third place car of Brett McCoy. 13 laps to go on the board for Kyle Adams here at Martinsville. Rem Wyatt currently out of the race after his lap 72 incident. Unfortunate for Rem Wyatt. He was having a good run tonight. Not what he wanted. As Keith, currently in the fourth spot, coming to 10 laps to go is Kyle Adams. Into 1 and 2. Brett McCoy, the man who started on pole with Kyle Adams in second. Both shattered the track record here tonight. Of course, Brett McCoy, a new track record here tonight in qualifying to put it on the pole. Bob Cassidy also qualified pretty well. Ran a 20.214. 8 laps to go here on the board at the Martinsville Speedway. As Kincaid's losing him a bit here down the back straightaway. Brett McCoy looks to dive to the inside of Rob Cassidy, not going to make it stick. Meanwhile, we have 7 laps to go for Kyle Adams. Can he be victorious on the Elite Seniors Racing Championship Tour? We will just have to see. Coming to 6 laps to go, presented by RaceEmerald.com. As Kyle loves what he sees in his mirror, Brett McCoy, Rob Cassidy battling it out for the second position. As now Brett McCoy loses a little bit off the corner. Him and Keith Kincaid come back together with 4 laps to go. On the board for Kyle Adams, it's really between Rob Cassidy and Kyle here towards the end of the race. 4 laps to go for the 24 machine. Out of Beloit, Wisconsin, in the U.S. Navy number 24. Going to take 3 laps to go. Starter stand holding up 3 fingers. The ESRC officials, MRL officials, if you will. Coming around to the back straightaway. Rob Cassidy taps the wall just slightly. Two laps to go as Greg Parmalee and Ed Papano side by side. Ed Papano scrapes the wall just a little bit, allowing Greg Parmalee and Bob Belshaw to scoot by him for the 5th and 6th position, respectively. Meanwhile, Kyle Adams and Rob Cassidy battle still heating up for that first position. 1 lap to go. White flag in the air, presented by RaceMRL.com. What can Rob do? Will he be able to get to him? Is the question. As the white flag's in the air, can Brett make a move on Rob Cassidy? No, he won't. Kyle Adams returns to victory lane right here in the MRL at the Elite Seniors Racing Championship is an incident towards the back. And it looks like Bob Belshaw and Greg Parmalee in it as Kyle Adams victorious at the Martinsville Speedway here tonight. Rob Cassidy, position number 2. Brett McCoy comes out home, position number 3. Keith Kincaid, position number 4. Chris Farmer, position number 5. Ed Papineau for 6. Mike Fudge, 7th. Ossier for 8th. Bob Belshaw for 9th. Greg Parmalee, 10th. Chris Hall, 11th. Scott King Swan in 12th out of the race. Frank Barbary, 13th. Rem Wyatt out of the race in 14th. McDowell out of the race in 15th. And Scott Tice did not make a lap on the racetrack. As congratulations to Kyle Adams. We will talk to him in just a moment in Team Holloway Racing and Graphics Victory Lane. We will be right back after this.
Team Holloway Racing Graphics is your one-stop vinyl shop. We specialize in RC racing of all scales. We do full-size race cars as well. Have a sign that needs done, vehicles lettered, we can do it. PT Speed Shop. We rebuild quarter-scale motors, break them in, dyno them, and get you back to victory lane. We have a parts store opening soon. Check it out at ptspeedshop.com. Check us out at teamholloway.com. We would love to take care of your vinyl needs.
As we are back right here on the DRN, and we will talk to your third place finisher. Man, Brett, you had a couple weeks where you were not very much yourself. It's good to see you back here in the broadcast booth with me, having an interview and a nice third place finish here.
Yeah, it's always good getting talked to at the end of the race. It means you at least did a little something right. I got into Bob there. I don't know if it was I just charged in under him and there wasn't any room, or was a little frustrated from the earlier deal. So I apologize to him for that if that was all on me, which it very well could have been. That earlier deal, I guess I just slowed down too much going in the corner.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate thing of events. You were running so good. You know, of course, you led a solid amount of laps on tonight's event. And honestly,
Yeah, I was experimenting with downshifting there, and that's what got me sideways in front of Kyle, and that's when he got by me, and then 17 got in the back of me. But like I said, maybe I parked. I don't know. It's just unfortunate, but we recovered pretty good.
yeah, solid way to recover, if you will. Any family, friends, sponsors you'd like to thank for this third place finish here tonight, Brett?
Just you for putting a broadcast on, and Rob and Keith for running the league, and I'm sure Dad's watching, probably cussing. I don't know. Might have been my fault, Dad. Who knows? But yeah, it's always fun. It's still a night sitting in the rig's better than a day working. So even when it's bad, it's still decent.
Yeah, you said it there, 100%. All right, I'll let you go celebrate or go back and watch the replay, if you will.
No problem, buddy.
Of tonight's third place finish.
You have a good night, man.
Yeah, congrats.
Take care.
There,
Thanks for everything. Thank you.
As
we got beef right here, Joe.
we're in the broadcast booth with Rob Cassidy. Rob, solid finish here tonight, my friend. Tell us about your race.
I had a strong, I had a strong qualifying. The car was good all night. I got down a little bit here and there. Got shuffled back just a bit. But all in all, man, I tell you what, I couldn't be happier. Martinsville is probably one of my favorite tracks. Just a good car all night. I don't think I had anything for Kyle there at the end, but man, can't be happier.
Yeah, it's great to see this 68 running up front after. I mean, you've had some good runs this season, but just a lot of bad luck from what I've seen. Any family, friend, sponsors you'd like to thank for this second place finish here tonight?
Obviously, I gotta thank my title sponsor, my ranch, RD Ranch and Livestock. Gotta thank my wife Dottie. She puts up with my craziness of the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night league racing, and so I gotta thank her. But man, I tell you what, I gotta thank everybody that races here. This has got to be the best group of guys that you could, A, want to call friends, and B, race with. Just fantastic group of guys. And I want to thank you, Timmy. I really do. You've undertaken, the role of broadcaster for us, and I gotta admit, I was a little, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, hesitant, let's say, at the beginning. But man, I tell you what, you've stepped up. You've done yeoman's work, and I couldn't be happier to have you here doing our broadcast for us. So thank you.
I appreciate that, but you might hate it a little bit tonight. We ran into some technical difficulties, but it's all in the process of learning and experience and stuff like that. So I'll let you go celebrate your second place finish here tonight, Rob. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
And we are here in Todd Holloway Racing and Graphics Victory Lane with the man himself, Kyle Adams. Kyle, tell us about how your race went, my friend.
Oh man, thanks for a very fun time here with this series. Yeah, today's race was really good, really hard. Tire wear was a thing. Thankfully, mid race we had a good chance to go in and grab some right sides and keep that momentum up the best we could. Track was a little greasy. I don't know I didn't pay attention to what the temp was, but it definitely felt a little weird. But made it work. Put some good tires on the right side and was able to keep her up front as long as I could.
And you did mention it a little bit, but how important was tire saving tonight for you, personally?
Oh, being Martinsville, it's such a bottom dominant track, but at the same time, being Martinsville, it's a cheese grater in the corners for these late models. I mean, you're either going to run off the right front or you're going to drive off the right rear, and you got to find that equal balance. So it's a tricky track, and I think that's why these guys like it so much. Is it definitely has a nice difficulty and a nice challenge for the season to mix things up. So
Yeah, for sure. This was definitely a race that mixed things up. Any family, friend, sponsors you'd like to shout out here for tonight's victory in Martinsville?
yeah, I got to give a shout out to Race MRL. Got to give a shout out to you for the broadcast. Shout out to Rob and Keith for letting me be a part of this awesome community. And shout out to the guys up front for racing me clean. And we had a ball up there. So
Yeah, you had a heck of a battle there for a little while before you made it back up to the lead with Parmalee. Tell us a little bit about that while we got the time here.
yeah, it was a difficult battle. It's such a bottom dominant track, so I got the idea to go to the outside and just try and make it work. And it's a tough pass, like, especially when all the cars are on equal playing field for power and setups. It's tough. So once you get out there, you just gotta, as they would say, put them on the dash and just hope for the best. Hope that guy on your inside messes up a little bit or slips up or touches the curb, or I mean, it was a good long battle, and I appreciate him giving me room and racing me clean and letting us put on a good show for what looks to be a sold-out crowd here at Martinsville.
All right, well, I'll let you go here. Congratulations on your victory here tonight, Kyle.
Thank you very much.
And that will wrap up tonight's proceedings here at the Martinsville Speedway. We thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next time at... Well, I mean, we're going to be at a dirt track, obviously, next week, Lucas Oil Speedway, and of course, many other events in the next coming weeks. Of course, North Wilkesboro next week for the Asphalt portion of the series. Among other events, we thank you all for tuning in. We will see you next time right here on the DRN.